Wait a minute. Are we live? Wait a minute. I think we're live. I don't know. Yes. Are we live? I think we're live. Oh, hi. Hi, guys. Hey, Kay. Oh, let me set up the chat. Oh. Hi, guys. Can you, what time is it where you are? Let me, Alright. Trying to set up the chat here. In the top. There we go. Hey guys, if you can hear me, if you can see me. Oh, okay. It's 3. Hi. Hi guys. What did I do today? What did I do today? The same thing I do every single day. Cafe. Saturday cafe. Was working on this every country planning. That's it. It was so hot today. I did a lot of nothing. And I took a nap because yesterday we were live streaming for a long time. What did you eat? I ate, what did I eat today? Okay. I had salmon with Greek yogurt. It was delicious. Salmon with Greek yogurt on the side. Delish. And I had a cookie. Just for, you know. And so, this is a continuation. We were talking yesterday. So we're going to hang out. We're going to chat. We're going to talk. We're going to do it. And we're going to try to finish the goal we started yesterday. I didn't know how to get it in the frame today. But we're being blinded by this light. We're fundraising today again. Before I head back to Africa. Hold on. I'm still trying to get... How are you guys doing on this very nice Friday evening, the day before summer? Summer starts tomorrow. Tomorrow is the first day of summer. So what are you guys up to? What are the plans? It is 2. Oh, it's 2 in Chicago. 2:49. Yeah, and I talked to my grandma. Your air went out. Uh-oh. You know, the thing about Paris is most places don't have air conditioning. Girl, you just watched my Hindu Kush vlog and I would be screaming, I don't know, how you didn't cry? Oh. Which vlog? Oh! Yeah, I've been on so many... Jasmine's here! I have been to so many places around the world where I thought I was going to die. Well, yeah, I have. Now it just doesn't even faze me. But yeah, especially in Afghanistan. When we were driving around in Afghanistan, a lot of the roads were the infrastructure in Afghanistan was made in the 60s by the Soviet Union, and they never updated it. So the roads aren't paved and the tunnels are not really well kept. And when we were driving around the mountains, I literally was like, I'm going to die. I'm going to die in Afghanistan, falling off of the side of a cliff because the roads aren't paved and there's all these trucks going in all these different directions. There's no street signs. There's no street lights. So yeah, that's happened to me a lot of times. It's it can be really scary. Extremely terrifying, especially because um, it was snowing. Like, when we were driving through the north of Afghanistan, it was like a snowstorm. So it was even scarier. I just decided to go to sleep. I'm like, if I'm gonna die, I'll just be die. We'll just fall off a cliff when I'm sleeping, because I was like, I can't do this anymore, because I was too scared, um, looking out the window. But what can I do? So I hope you guys are having a good night. I'm in Paris, and it's Friday nights in Paris are crazy. So if I were not talking right now, you'd probably be able to hear all the stuff going on outside. It's crazy outside right now. I'm doing very good. I didn't sleep that well last night because our live stream went on until like 3 a.m. And then like I laid in bed and I didn't go to sleep right away. Um, I should have went to sleep right away. I kind of was doing stuff on my phone, so but I did sleep this afternoon. I took a nap like in the afternoon to prepare for this live stream. And it was so hot today. Like, I was so dehydrated. I drank two of these. I drank two giant bottles of this and I have another one because it's freaking hot. It is burning hot in Paris, and it was just a lot. I was exhausted. But yeah, I thought we'd have another, since I'm recharged, I thought we'd have another chat today. I love the hangouts we do, and yes, we are fundraising for this every country goal. I didn't know how to get it in frame, but we still got the board we started yesterday of the goal to raise 1,500. We made it 3/4 of the way yesterday, so we're still fundraising. Oh my god. Yeah, it's like off. It's off to the side, but that's okay. That's okay. I'll just show it every time we get a donation. But yeah, yeah. We're a little rustic here. Yeah, we're making progress. Let me show. So this is the. I didn't know how to get it in the frame behind me, so we're raising 1,500 this weekend. We made it to 500 yesterday. When I logged off, like 3 more people donated, so yes, we made it to 500 yesterday. The goal is to get to 15, so that's 1,000 more. Yeah, and when we logged off yesterday, Amy donated like after the live stream was over, so we made it to 500 yesterday. So I think in today's live stream we can make it to the goal of 1,500. I think we can make it here, and so I'm keeping this board forever. And everybody who donates, your name, I'm gonna write it on the board. So yeah, sorry, we're a little rustic today with the film setup because I didn't know where to sit to have this like in the frame, but it's okay. We're still going hard. Yeah, but I feel like most days I don't do too much. I'm literally just planning this every country mission. Can you the door's not, the window's not open, but if the window were open, you would hear all the chaos going on outside. Friday night in France is crazy. Everybody's outside, everybody's partying, everybody's drinking. And I'm the grandma who's always in the hotel room. Like, I'm never out past 6 p.m. Never. But anyways, I'd rather be here hanging out with you guys. Even though we're a little, the setup is a little crazy. I heard Kay say it was 2. What time is it where you guys are? I'm definitely a grandma. Like, I'm never outside past 6 or 7 p.m. unless I'm getting more water. And like, I was in the grocery store getting water. You're leaving to Africa in July. Yes. Are you going to stay in France until then? I'm going to stay in Europe until then. I've been going back and forth between France and the Netherlands because they're right next to each other. It's just one train ride. So I've been going back and forth between France and the Netherlands. So we'll see. I might go some other place before I get back to Africa, but for the most part, I'm kind of just, going in. What do I think of the Netherlands? I really like the Netherlands. I don't really love Amsterdam. Amsterdam for me, I don't like it. Well, I like some parts of Amsterdam, but I like the rest of the country. I like the rest, yeah. And so my people are over there. Literally 90% of my friends are Dutch. So I'm always over there to see my people. Yeah, I can do a Netherlands vlog probably next week. But maybe one day I'll live there. I don't know. My boyfriend is Dutch, so that's why I'm always in the Netherlands to the Netherlands. That's how the Dutch people say it, the Netherlands. The Netherlands. Oh, thank you very much. Thank you for the skin compliment. Okay, here we go. Boom. Yeah, so that's what we're doing. A whole lot of planning, a whole lot of strategizing until we're back in Africa on the 10th of July, which every day I get more prepared for it every single day. I'm ready right now in France, trying to prepare, and I feel that I was saying that I feel like a grandma. Well, I like feeling like a grandma, but have you considered going to, where is that? Where is that? It is so loud outside. Yeah, that's what I was saying. I feel like a grandma because it's in North India. I would love to go there. India is beautiful. I have only been to Mumbai and New Delhi, so yeah, I would love to see more of India. Yeah, there's a lot of India I need to get to, so for sure. But yeah, I'm definitely a grandma. Like, I'm literally like this is something everybody does. It's like, I guess all the people who don't live in Paris or whatever, all the people who are visiting Paris, which I'm one of them, we all do the grocery store run at the end of the day. Like, before we head back to our hotel. Maybe that's every city. Like, all the travelers, you do a grocery store run before you get back to your hotel. And so I do a last minute grocery store run every single day. All the travelers, we all do, before we get back to our hotel room. And everybody's buying Coke and snacks and cookies and candy and gummies and chips and beer and wine. Everybody, like all the travelers, were in the the Monoprix, which is the grocery store here, with the carts, getting all the, and I'm the girl with the waters. In the grocery store, I have my waters. I usually have like 6 waters. I'm like holding my waters, and I'm looking at the other tourists, and I'm like, you shouldn't drink wine. You shouldn't drink alcohol. You shouldn't be drinking that Coke. Get water. You shouldn't be eating those Oreos. You shouldn't be. You're gonna have a breakout. You're gonna spike your cortisol. And they're looking at me like, if you don't leave us alone, we're traveling and we want to enjoy ourselves. And I'm like, you're gonna wake up puffy. You're gonna break out. Get water. You shouldn't be eating those Oreos. There was literally a dude like stacking his cart full of Oreos. He's probably on vacation, enjoying himself. I have to be that person. And he's getting Coke and he's getting chips. And you could tell he's doing a like grocery store run before he heads back to his hotel. And I'm looking at him like, I have my waters. I'm looking at him like, I have my Greek yogurt. I have my blueberries. I'm looking at him like, you shouldn't eat that. You're gonna break out. You're gonna spike your cortisol. You're not gonna get into your REM sleep. The sugar high is, you're not gonna get your deep sleep. You're gonna wake up with broken out, and you get water. I'm like, something has happened to me. Okay, I've turned into that grandma. But anyways, hi. Hi, Beatrice. Yeah, little grandma like, but I don't know. I definitely used to be that person, you know, who used to eat a lot of junk, and then something happened along the lines. You know what I'm saying? But I know people are here on vacation. I understand they're not always doing. But yeah, I can do some Amsterdam vlogs. We're gonna try it out. We're gonna do it. I'm gonna do some vlogs of the city. Maybe, maybe not. Hi Kesey. But yeah, I will be back there in a few days, so we can definitely do that. Yeah, we can do that. Maybe I'll stay there a few days. I usually go to Amsterdam and just come right back to Paris. I don't stay in Amsterdam, but yes, there's a direct train. Literally, you can go to the train station in Paris, get on the train, and literally be in Amsterdam in 2 hours. There's a direct train, and the train is really nice. That's what I do. I get on the train, go to Amsterdam. When I go, and I just come right back to Paris before the end of the day. Like, I never stay that long, but I can. Like, hi from Bern, Switzerland. I love Bern. Hi. Yeah, there's a speed train from Paris to Amsterdam. Super easy. Same, there's a speed train from Paris to London too, but I hate London. If I never go back to London a day in my life, I wouldn't care. I hate that city. I don't know. No offense. I'm so sorry if there's anyone here that's from London. I just do not like the city of London. It's giving throw the whole city away and start fresh. You know? It's like, just throw the whole city away. It's a mess. No offense to the Londoners. Maybe, you know, there's some other nice parts of England, but London is just a hot mess. So I won't be going to London. Yeah. Cause of what do you mean? Cause of the Shenzhen area? Yeah, it's super easy to go to anywhere in Europe. How long will you travel? How long will I travel? How long will I travel? Hi, Jason. I don't understand. I'll travel for the rest of my life. Yes, I'll settle down, but you don't have, just because you settle down doesn't mean you have to stop traveling. I meet couples and families every day who are traveling. Settling down to me doesn't mean that you stop traveling, you know. But yes, of course. But I will never stop traveling. I'll travel for the rest of my life, but just a lot less than I am now. When I finish visiting every country in the world, I'm on a mission to visit every country in the world. So that's what's going on here. And I'm very close to finishing. I know you guys can hear that, how crazy it is outside. Friday nights, Saturday nights in Paris are crazy. I feel like if you were a country, you'd be Switzerland. That is a huge compliment. Oh my gosh. I love Switzerland. Switzerland is one of my favorite countries. What the heck is going on? Yeah, I love Switzerland so much. I could live in Switzerland, to be honest. I could live there. That's how much I like it. It's chill vibes. Yeah. No, I could live there. Switzerland. But yeah, since you guys suggested it, let's do some, Did someone just open your door? No. No, I'm in a hotel, so there's somebody in the next room making noise. Welcome to Switzerland. Oh, thank you. I love Switzerland. It's a vibe. And low key, and I feel like not a lot of crazy stuff goes down in Switzerland, you know? Like if the world is falling apart, I feel like Switzerland might be like the last place that it falls apart. Because Switzerland is just too low key, you know? Neutral country. So yeah, I would love that. I would love that. So where are you traveling to next? Okay, Brooklyn. I am on a mission to visit every single country in Africa. So I started in the beginning of 2025. I went to Africa to literally start working on the continent. My goal is to finish all of the countries there. There are 54 countries in Africa, and I have been to 12. My goal is to finish all 54 this year. Yeah, it sounds crazy, but I know I can do it. And the only reason I'm not in Africa right now is to prepare. I'm preparing to go back to finish the other 42 countries. I've been to Morocco, Tunisia, Ethiopia, Egypt, South Africa, Namibia, Zimbabwe, Zambia, Botswana, Uganda, Tanzania, and Kenya. So when I go back, I will be going back to finish all of East Africa. I need the first countries, not in any particular order, that I will be finishing is Sudan. It's going to be hot. Sudan, South Sudan, Eritrea, Djibouti, Rwanda, Burundi, Somalia, Eritrea. Congo is Central Africa. Then I'll finish Central Africa. Then I'll finish the Southern Africa countries. There's only a few countries in Southern Africa that I haven't been to. I haven't been to Mozambique. Yeah, but I'm on a mission to visit every country in the world. That has been the pursuit of my life for the last 7 years. So, but I'm not scared. I'm not afraid of people. I don't know, maybe there's something wrong with me, but people don't scare me. So, every country is just about, that's how I see the world. Every country is just human beings. I'm not afraid of people. They're like, people don't scare me. Not a lot of things scare me, you know? That's why I probably travel the world a lot easier than maybe other people, because I'm just not afraid of humans. They're just humans. In Somalia, Sudan, the Congo, they're just human beings. I mean, same as you and me, you know. And everywhere you go, there's danger. So, so when you knew that you wanted to visit every country, how did you go about planning? I didn't listen. I try to explain this to people all the time. I am like, how do I describe it? A squirrel. I see something, I want it, I just go for it. I'm just like, oh, I want to do that. Let's do it. Like, I'm not very, um, what's the word? Exactly. Nowhere is perfect, especially not in 2025. I don't, what I'm trying to say is I didn't plan anything. I just started traveling. I just went. For me, traveling around Asia was so easy. Like, it was the easiest thing in the world to travel around Asia. Um, so when I started to visit all the Asian countries, I was like, oh, I had assumed this is going to be easy. Well, I thought it was going to be easier than it was. Then I went to Europe. Like, the first place I traveled was around Asia because I was living in China. Then I went to Europe and it was super easy to travel because you can just get a bus to the next country. You just literally you can get a bus to all the countries. You don't need a visa if you're from America, American. So that was easy. And then easy meaning like it wasn't trouble and it wasn't super expensive. And then I went to South America. I mean, for some people they would be scared, but it wasn't scary to me. I did the whole South American and Central American continent on a bus. I literally started in Mexico and bussed all the way down to Brazil, hitting all the countries. It was easy-ish. So, I mean, sure, things happen, scary things happen, and roadblocks happen, but all in all, I kind of just took it one step at a time. And I think the biggest part of like doing this kind of thing is the fear. A lot of people are scared. I realized that about I realized that about traveling the world and meeting people all over and speaking to people on the internet. Like, people are afraid of everything. I don't know why. Maybe God, or I don't know why I'm just not afraid of things. Like, I think that is the biggest roadblock for a lot of people and their dreams or doing big things in life. I think their biggest problem is the fear. Or maybe not even fear sometimes, but like overthinking. Like, people will overthink something and they will check themselves out of things that they could have done because of fear or because of just overthinking it. So over I never chose to overthink this whole thing. I'm just like, I'm just gonna do it. And when people say, how? Isn't this dangerous? Isn't this? Isn't there war going on? Isn't this? I'm just like, okay, I'm not really gonna overthink it. I'm just gonna do it. And it's gotten me to 135 countries. You overcame a lot of your fears. That's amazing. That's amazing. I don't know. I think if I really tried to think about it, it's probably tribal that humans are so afraid of everything. Maybe it has to do with survival, like it's a survival mechanism. Maybe when we were tribal, thousands of years ago, fear kept us alive, and I don't know, but I think that so many humans are so afraid of everything. And I think it's sad because the world isn't that scary. Like, it's not, I mean, it can be. Sure, bad things happen, but fear isn't going to change that. So yeah, I think the big difference between me and somebody who hasn't done a lot of their dreams in life or done anything like this is just fear. Like, it's not like I'm doing anything special, you know? I'm just going places. But yeah, I hope to convey to people through my YouTube channel, I want people to be less afraid. Like, I want to get that across to people, because people are literally afraid of everything, and it's really sad. And like, you waste your whole life not doing anything, and you probably could have done so many cool things, but you didn't because of fear. So I mean, there's a healthy fear, sure. There's a healthy fear that keeps you, you know, safe in certain scenarios, but I think that humans take it too far. What's your favorite Bible verse? I have so many. Maybe Jeremiah 11, chapter 11, or Luke 1, Luke 1 7, or Psalms 91. I think I can quote Psalms 91 with by memory. Or John 15:5. I'm the vine, you're the branches. If you remain in me and me in you, you'll bear much fruit. Apart from me, you can do nothing. If you don't remain in me and me in you, you're like a tree that withers in the wind and won't see fruit, won't see prosperity when it comes. But if you remain in me and me in you, there's nothing you can do. That's John 15:5. I don't know. I can't pick a favorite Bible verse. I also like Psalms 91. I also like Isaiah 41. Do not fear, for I am with you. Yeah, I think that is like, I'm not trying to knock my grandma at all. I love my grandma to death, but she is a perfect example of somebody who has a bajillion fears. She's afraid of everything. She's never been on an airplane. She's too afraid to fly. She has a deathly fear of elevators. She won't get on them. She won't, like, she's just extremely, she's afraid of everything. And I think having her as an example in front of me, I knew that's the life I did not want to live. Like, she was a picture. I think she's an amazing person, but I'm talking about the trajectory of her life experiences. I just knew I was never going to be that way. I'm like, I don't want to exist in this little bubble and not know anything. And I always try to tell her, like, she was so scared when I said I was going to Africa. She begged me not to go. She knew I was gonna go though, but she begged me not to go, and she's like, "Don't go. It's this and it's that and it's this and it's that." And I'm like, "But how would you know if you never went?" You know, she's one of those people who doesn't have a lot of good opinions about Africa. And I'm not really talking about her so much. I'm kind of just talking about a person who doesn't experience a whole lot in life but has a lot of opinions about the things they've never experienced. It doesn't make any sense to me, you know? And that's even why I started my YouTube channel, because I lived in China and everything was different from how people said it was going to be. So I wanted to show people that, no, the people are incredibly nice. It's clean. It's beautiful. I love it. It's safe. There's Christians. There's church. There's food. People aren't. The pollution isn't bad, and you overcame being alone. You overcame traveling alone. You overcame your fear of needles. You overcame your fear of getting on a plane and heights. That is amazing, Kay. That is amazing. I would say that overcoming fears is like a domino effect. Like, when you overcome one fear, it's going to domino in your life. Like, it's going to have like a, I would say that happened for me. One of my biggest fears was rejection. I used to have a serious fear of abandonment. Like, I cannot handle it if somebody abandons me. So I used to literally not even want relationships with people, because I knew that if the person chose to leave my life, I'm not going to be able to handle this. Like, And like, if you go to therapy and, and I'm talking about guys, if you go to therapy, they'll tell you it's daddy issues, and it probably is. It's like, I didn't grow up with a father, so, it's like, it's called daddy issues. It's like, you think because your father didn't love you and didn't want to be around you, you don't think any man is going to love you and want to be around you. So I grew up, I would say that was one of probably my number one fear in life growing up, was abandonment by a man that I liked. And the thing is, it happened. So the beautiful thing about when the things happen to you that you're scared of is you have a perfect opportunity to make, it's either going to make the fear worse or it's going to set you free. And that's what it did to me. It was for me, having the thing you're afraid of happen is like the best thing that could happen to you in life, because you have an opportunity to confront something. And so I don't have that fear anymore of abandonment. I do not care. Not that I don't care, but I'm secure to know that if somebody's not in my life, it's for a reason. Where I used to not be that way. I used to lose my marbles and be extremely depressed if somebody didn't want to be in my life. And I'm not that way anymore. But that's what I mean. Like, I think the only way fears can get conquered is if you face them. Like, you shouldn't be sitting there worried about something bad happening to you, because if it does happen, it's going to happen. And you can use it as an opportunity, right? You can use it as opportunity to heal the fear. I know a lot of people, um, being ghosted sucks. Yeah, it sucks. I think you mean ghosted. You said hosted. I think you mean ghosted. Hey, MJ, I'm pulling up to say hey. Hi, Roland. Thanks so much for saying hey. And cute Airbnb. Thank you. Thank you very much. I literally change hotels like every 2 days. And you probably realize that if you watch my live streams. I'm literally changing hotels like every other day. I have a problem. But yeah. Yeah, being ghosted sucks. Being ghosted sucks. But here's the thing, like, you have to, like, I think it's a part of a bigger picture. Being a secure person means that you know who you are, and your identity, or the way you view yourself doesn't change based on who's in and out of your life, or based on opinions, because literally you're going to be all over the place if that's the case. Somebody's always going to be there to hurt your feelings in life. Changing hotels must be so tiring. It is, but there's something in me that literally cannot sit still, which is probably why I'm a traveler of the whole world. I just have too much energy for my own good. I don't know what happened, but I just literally cannot sit still. I'm like, I want to be here. I want to be there. I want to be here. I want to be there. Oh, I see this hotel. Let me go check that out. Or this is in a better area. Let me go here. The Wi-Fi here is not very well. Sometimes it's a Wi-Fi issue if I'm trying to make myself seem a little bit more stable. Sometimes there's a Wi-Fi issue, but sometimes it's also a stalking issue, for safety reasons. Sometimes people will literally look through the screen and they'll be able to tell what hotel I'm in, and they will come. It happens all the time, actually. So it's also for safety reasons, but also it's something I just do. I don't know why. But I think I'm just gonna stay in like one place next week for a long time. I don't completely unpack. No, I don't completely unpack. The only thing I unpack is like the clothes I'm wearing for that week, and like my matcha and my skincare and stuff. But I don't take everything out of my suitcase. You're still traumatized from ghosting. It's like losing a friend or family member suddenly. Yeah, I would say that I'm desensitized from it, for real. And it used to be a huge issue for me. I would just sit and wait for somebody to leave me. And like, I would be so unstable that like, I would even count the minutes it took for somebody to reply to my messages. Like, if it's 20 minutes, if it's 30 minutes for someone to reply to me, I'd be like, what's, they hate me. What happened? What's going on? And it was an issue. It was a big issue that I needed to face, And now if somebody wants to exit my life, I learned through it happening so many times, I'm going to be perfectly okay. You are going to be okay. Like, I think that's a place that all humans have to come to. It's like your self-esteem, your self-worth cannot be in other people. You are asking to live a life of disaster because we can't predict other people, you know? But if you're secure and you know who you are, you don't put your trust in people, but in God, you will be a stable person. And stability attracts stability. So if you're an unstable person, you're going to attract unstable people. It's just true. If you're secure, you're more relaxed, you're going to attract that into your life. And I don't want to sound all vibey and stuff, but it's true, you know? And so when I was all unstable and insecure, I attracted like extremely uh we, not so good people. So anyways, I think the best thing we can do in life is I love David Goggins says this in his book Can't Hurt Me. If you can make everything your fault, you become one of the best people. You become one of the most humble best people if you can make everything your fault instead of pointing the fingers at everybody else in your life. Hi, Noble Strength. Thanks so much for tuning in again. Yeah, but it's true. There's so many people I can close my eyes and pick somebody out of a crowd blindly, and that person can sit and tell me all the things that people have done to them that are wrong, how they've been wronged in their life. Anybody. You could pick anybody. I could pick somebody randomly with my eyes closed in a crowd, and I could probably get that person to tell me all the wrong that has been done to them, people that treated them badly, all the bad things that have happened to them in life. Everyone has that story. Here's a noble, humble person. When people can take their life into their own hands and say, I'm responsible for my life, and you're not constantly just trying to point at everyone else, how everyone else has made your life wrong and how everybody else has wronged you, and you're just this good person who the world hates. I think that is narcissism. And David Goggins says that in his book. He used to chase the love I never got. Now I'm chilling and it comes in God's timing. Absolutely, Rowan. And that's a secure person. And people are attracted to that security. I'm telling you, I don't want a man. When I chose, well, I'm just saying for myself, but to me, I hate a man who's like, ugh, everything's been done wrong to me. I've been wronged. I've done all this stuff for other people, and people have hurt. Like, it's the most unattractive thing. I'm telling you. Like, it's for real. If you can make everything your fault in life, David Goggins' book is called "You Can't Hurt Me." Life changing, and it's the key to being that person. What can you do to me if I don't give you the ability to hurt me? I don't give anybody that ability. But if you give it out like free samples, that is what you're going to get. If you give people the ability to hurt you, they will. It's inevitable because we're human beings, you know. Even Jesus was betrayed by literally all his friends and his family. His own mom, literally, which blew my mind, he turned his back on his own mom. Jesus, when he was preaching, and they were telling him, you know, what is it, Luke chapter 7? Your mom is here, and he literally was like, I don't need to talk to her, because she's wishy-washy. He didn't say wishy-washy, but, you know, he's like, she even talks about me behind my back, which is crazy. It's not crazy, but he understood his assignment, and he wasn't worried about people. Yeah, the sympathy card, I hate it. It's the most unattractive thing when you just sit down and somebody's like, "Oh, this wrong has been done to me in my life, and I'm a good person." Like nobody's that good. To me, it's a little bit more mature to be like, "Yeah, like I'm working on stuff. I've made mistakes, and sure, people have hurt me, but yeah, one thing David Goggins says, he's not God, but he's just a really inspirational person who turned a horrible situation into a good situation. He was abused by his father, and his mother was like a terrible mother. Um, and he literally said, like, he used to play the sympathy card, and he was a miserable man who just was sad all the time. He's like, when he looked in the mirror and he was like, "This is the hand I've been dealt, and it's okay." And he's like, if you can make everything your fault, you can fix it. So I strongly believe in that. Like, you cut off a you cut off a girl for having the victim mentality. It is the ugliest, most unattractive, annoying thing when people just think that they're the good, they're the Jesus, they're the angel, and everybody else is the problem. And I just don't subscribe to that. But people have gone through hard times. I'm not saying that. There are people who have gone through such unfair, horrible things, but I think you can turn that into something beautiful if you don't take on the victim mentality. Yeah, read You Can't Hurt Me. Insane book. Insane book. And I feel the same way. I don't give people that ability. So if somebody wants to exit, what the heck is going on outside? I told you guys, Paris is crazy on the weekends. Like, I don't even go outside on Friday night, Saturday night, because it's crazy. People are nuts. They're all drunk and they're acting crazy. That's It wasn't a gunshot. If I were to go outside, I think I want to live stream one day next week outside. We're going to try it. So I can walk around and show you guys the city while I'm doing a live. But if I were to go outside right now, you would see tons of people in the street. They're all drunk. They're all acting crazy. It's Friday night in Paris. Yeah. Um, it wasn't a gunshot though. I know it. Maybe it sounded like one on live, but they don't shoot in Paris. But there are tons of people acting crazy out there. But yeah, I think that there's nothing better than having security, you know what I'm saying? In of yourself. People are amazing, relationships are amazing, but don't base your self-esteem off them. First day of summer is in US. Happy first day. Wait, I thought the first day was tomorrow. I thought tomorrow was the first day of summer. Am I mistaken? You enjoyed your walk. I enjoyed your walk. Your walk. Oh my gosh! You saw my walkathon. Oh my gosh! I want to do those again. I love walking. How many steps did I take today? I didn't take that many today. No, I didn't. 10,000. Oh, I took 11,000 steps. I usually take a lot more than that's not a lot. I love walking. I'm so happy you caught that. I want to do another one. Yeah, I think first day of summer is tomorrow. If I'm not mistaken. Yeah. What am I gonna do for the first day of summer? Maybe I'll vlog. Because it's gonna be crazy in the city tomorrow. Yeah, they don't shoot in France. It's not like the US. Yeah, it's the 21st of June, first day of summer. Happy almost first day of summer to all the fellow human beings, because I think it's around the world the first day of summer is tomorrow. So It's exciting. Um, Although it already kind of feels like summer right now. Doesn't it already feel like summer? I don't know. For me, it kind of already feels like summer, but the official summer starts tomorrow. It's exciting. I guess most people this weekend are kind of out and about, hitting the beach, going on vacation, right? Most of us, most of everybody. In your mind, summer always started in May. In May? That's a little early. But I get what you're coming from. I get where you're coming from. Um, yeah, I think we can do this live today. We're gonna do like 3 hours, 3 or 4 hours. And we've been live for 1 hour, and although I can't get it in frame, we're fundraising today. We yesterday during the fundraiser raised, where am I pointing? $500. The goal for this weekend was to make it to 1,500. Where am I pointing? So yeah, I want to fundraise in today's live stream too. If anybody wants to be the first person, nobody's donated yet. We're fundraising for this goal of, sorry, I'm trying to place this. Yeah, I'm gonna go live outside sometime next week so that I can like walk around and talk to you guys. That'd be really cool. Yeah, or tomorrow. We'll see. But yeah, I am fundraising for my next. I'm going back to Africa on July 10th to finish the entire continent. Yeah, 42 more countries. So I am fundraising until we get back there. And yeah, it's going to cost me a lot. 42 countries this year around Africa. Like a lot. So I am fundraising to help with that. So if anyone wants to be the first person to donate, no one to start us off, I think we can. We raised half of it, or not half, but almost half yesterday. We made it to the 500 mark. I want to see if we can raise the whole 15K today. I think we can. That's just like 20 or 30 people donating. $10. I don't know. But yeah, anyone wants to donate, everything helps. Even if it's $5, $10, $15, $20, everything helps. The donation method. Hold on, you guys. The donation method is via the Cash App. It's at the top of the comments if you look. I've pinned it. And I am going to give everybody a big shout out. And everybody's name is going to go on here on the board. Sorry that it's not in frame. It's usually in frame, but I didn't know where the heck to put this today. We're in beta. We're in beta. One day maybe I'll have a big setup. I don't know. It's a little hard when you're in hotel rooms, but maybe one day we'll have a big setup that is a little bit more aesthetic. But yeah, our next milestone is 7. Let me set a timer for how long we're gonna be live today. Maybe 3 hours. Maybe we'll do 3 hours. 3 hours. Yeah, that's what we'll do. So yeah, I think we can do this in 3 hours. And hopefully other people can tune in. I know people are relaxing on Friday. Where's the... Huh? Where's the donuts? Maybe I can try to go live outside tomorrow, but yeah, maybe I will go live tomorrow outside. I'm trying to think of where. Where should I go live tomorrow if I go outside to do the live stream? Where should I? Or just walk around? gotta think of somewhere to go that's not too loud. Like a nice park. But I'd have to go live during the day, so... Okay, maybe tomorrow I will go live outside. I'm trying to think. I could do the Eiffel Tower, but it's gonna be too noisy. Too noisy. Unless I go... We'll figure it out. We'll figure it out. Or I could just do a walk situation where we walk around. So yeah, I'll switch it up tomorrow. Maybe we'll do something like that. What do you guys got going on this weekend? What are we doing? Tina's here! Hi, Tina. Happy almost first day of summer. Summer has begun in 24 hours, and although not a whole lot is changing, it still feels like it's something to celebrate. You know what I mean? I guess for some people things change. It is so hot here. It was unbearable. I came back to my hotel today at 3 p.m. and I stayed in because it was just so ridiculously hot. The type of hot that just drains you. You're expecting a heat wave starting Sunday, and I'm excited. You're excited? I don't like the heat. But hey, listen, I have learned that it's stupid to hate the heat because there's always going to be heat, so what's the point of hating it? But I love the cold. I love cold weather. For me, cold weather is the best. I love it. The heat, I hate it so much. I don't like being hot. I don't like, I guess because, especially if I like being outside. I like being outside in Paris, but sometimes it's just so hot that it's like not even possible. Like today, nobody was outside because nobody wanted to be in that heat. What are you going to eat today? I'm not going to eat... Oh my gosh! Mercedes! Hey, sister. Today... I'm not going to eat anything today because it is nighttime. But tomorrow, I have the same thing every day. I'm going to have my Greek yogurt. I'm just absolutely obsessed with Greek yogurt and my blueberries. Some people travel to avoid the seasons changing. So I would be that person if I could be that person. I would travel to avoid certain seasons, but I just can't do it right now. But I would do that because I would love to avoid the heat. We're still at a stalemate. If we're fine, oh, let me see. Oh no, I thought something went down. We're fundraising today for, you guys know, I'm heading back to Africa on July 10th to finish the whole continent. And so we're fundraising today, baby. I couldn't get it in frame, like I didn't know how to get this in frame, but we've got a very aesthetically pleasing poster. These are the names of all the people who've donated in the last 24 hours. Shout out Jasmine, Cam, Kyle, Shari, Ibu, Veronica, Jesus, Mavi, Mika, and Dee. We raised $500 yesterday. The goal is to get to $1,500 this weekend. So yeah, if anyone wants to be the first person to donate, no one has donated today yet. And I'm going to write all your names on here, all the donators. And yeah, I hope we can get to the goal today, the 1,500 weekend goal. I think we can do it. So if anyone wants to donate, $20, $15, $5, $10, it's all appreciated. And I think we can do it today in 3 hours. I plan to be live for 3 hours, and you'll literally be helping me with this goal of finishing the continent of Africa this year, and then all the countries in the world next year. You just looked it up, and the first day of summer usually starts on the 21st, but this year it fell on the 20th. Oh, is that what's going on here? How do they choose what is the first day of summer? Oh, it's different in different parts of the world. In the northern hemisphere, it's on the 21st, but I guess in the southern hemisphere, it's on the 20th. This is the summer solstice. The longest day of the year is on the 21st of June, but for you, it's on the 20th. I don't know. Let's just say it's summer. Let's call it summer. I don't understand what the difference is. Let's just say it's summer. But it's saying here that it's on the 21st, but maybe it's different in the US. Our summer has been hijacked by constant rain. I feel you on that. That's what I dealt with the first part of the year. The entire first half of the year, it was raining every single day. When I was in Africa, it was very annoying. I have a break from the rain. Has it rained here? No, not really. It hasn't really rained here since being here. But it's been hot. But I kind of like rain sometimes. But not hot rain. That's annoying. Yeah, constant rain can be super annoying though. But I feel like I've been avoiding places because of rainy season too. I've been avoiding like West Africa and all that because of the rainy season, which can be super annoying. Yeah, I like rain, but every day that gets annoying, you know, not every single day. You know, that is annoying. Uh-oh. The poster's falling. No. Let's switch this up. Oh. That's fine. But maybe, I don't know, maybe the rain will stop like in 2 weeks or something like that so you can enjoy the rest of your summer. You like the sound of rain drizzle or pouring and the smell of the wet grass. Yeah, I love rain too. Like sometimes when I can't sleep, I will put on like a YouTube video where it's just rain and it helps me sleep. I love the rain. Especially when it's colder though. Like if it's warm and raining, not really fun, but yeah, like sometimes when I can't sleep, I'll put it on rain sounds. It immediately puts me to sleep. And there's YouTube channels that have like 3 or 4 hours of just rain. When it's rains, like it makes lake swimming dangerous of bacteria. Oh, you don't have to worry about me. I don't swim in lakes. You want to know something gross? When I was in Ethiopia, I was staying at the Hilton Hotel, and the pool was open obviously every day, and it was like one day, maybe this was like 2 weeks. I never swim in public pools. I don't swim in hotel pools. I don't do it. To me, it's just gross. And literally the second week that I was in Ethiopia, they put like a letter under our door saying that the pool was closed because they found some kind of people were getting infections, and that they found some kind of weird bacteria in the pool, and that and they literally said on the letter, like, if you're somebody who found a weird infection on you, please come address it and report it down at reception. It's disgusting. And I literally was like, this is why I don't get in hotel pools. It's disgusting. I speak 3 languages. But yeah, I think there's nothing more disgusting than a hotel pool and hotel breakfast. 2 things I don't do. Hotel breakfast and hotel pools. They're some of the nastiest, most bacteria, gross things on planet Earth. I speak 3 languages. I speak Mandarin, English, and Japanese. And I'm trying to learn Dutch. Your pool's closed down because people were getting sick where you lived, and you were like, ew, good thing I didn't go to the pool. It happens all the time. It happens all the time. Like, yeah, it was disgusting. Like, I didn't even have to have that letter. The letter they put under our door, I didn't even have to have the letter because I was like, I already know pools are gross. I didn't even need you to tell me that there was that you found it. You know, that people were getting sick in the pool. Duh. All it takes is like one little kid. Okay, I don't even want to talk about it. All it takes is like somebody to have like an open sore and they're in the pool with you, or a kid is like in the pool doing gross stuff, or not even a kid sometimes. Can you ask what languages? How long did it take personally for you to learn? I speak 3 languages. I lived in China for 4 years. So that's when I learned how to speak Mandarin. Japanese, my grandmother helped me, my Japanese grandmother helped teach me Japanese. And from all the times I've been in Japan. And English. Japanese took me about a year, I guess, to learn it. It's not difficult. Chinese is difficult. Japanese is not difficult. It's a very easy language. Oh, no, you didn't. Maryjane, you're something else. You are something else. Shout out to Maryjane, just donated $50. This amazing human being, you have been supporting me for so long through all these different phases of travels. I know exactly who you are. You've supported and showed up, and you're just an angel. Like, you're just an angel. And God brought you this way. Oh, I forgot my markers. When I was in Japan and I was doing those little gift boxes, you were getting them and just so supportive, and just, you're just an angel. And like, we're like friends now. Like, okay. Where are my freaking markers? I need to write your name. Okay. We're now at 550, so I'm gonna pull this down when we reach 600. No. I'm just telling you how much I appreciate you. And you have some goodies coming. Some Parisian goodies. Okay, I need to write. Could you guys excuse me for 1 second? I need to get my markers. I forgot them. They're behind the... They're behind this, behind the... Give me 1 second. Hold on, guys. I'm getting my markers. Get 'em. Okay. Markers are secured. Okay. We're gonna write your name. Okay. Yes, Tina too. You as well. Any day now. I'm also excited for you guys to get them, because you're gonna love it. Okay. I need to write. Should I write Rose Rain? Or should I write Mercedes? We're gonna. Yes, and then I'm also excited because I want to know how much. I want to hear how you like them. Okay. I'm gonna write. Sorry guys, usually this poster is like sitting right behind me, but I didn't know where to put it today. Like I didn't have anywhere to put it. I'm gonna write Rose Rain. Should I? Is that okay? Rose. Rose. Either one is fine. Yeah, because put your name. Because I know your name. But we're just going to put Rose Rain. Okay. Alright, hold on. I like Rose. I like your name too. I like both your names. Boom. Okay. Rose Rain! Cute! Thank you so much. $50 donation is, again, is huge. Thank you so much, sister. And that's, you just jumped us up a huge amount. Thanks. You know, my grandma, she's so sentimental. I talked to her on the phone today. She's like, save all this stuff. Save every one of the little boards you have. She's one of those people who want you to save everything. She's like, save it. Don't throw it away. All these little like charts I do for fundraising. She's like, because when you're done visiting every country in the world, they're going to be so memorable. She's like, don't throw it away. Send it to me. I'll keep it for you. So she can remember these little parts of the journey. And thank you guys so much. I'm spilling stuff. I'm making a mess here. We literally just jumped up a huge amount. So we're only $50 from the next milestone. So we're at 500. Rose Rain just donated 50. We're almost at the 600 mark, so 50 more. You saw in the chat someone asking if I would visit Netherlands. In that show, Destination X, they are in the Netherlands. Pretty. Oh, cool. Yeah, I'm always in the Netherlands. Like, I've been traveling there for years. And it's one reason I decided to be in Paris, because it's really close. Because I don't really want to stay in the Netherlands. But I do like being close to it, so I can just easily go there. Yeah, it's gonna be such a cute thing to keep and look back on. Can you imagine when I'm done visiting every country in the world and I have like these things to look back on? Like when I have kids, they're gonna be like, Mom, how was visiting every country in the world? And I'm like, well, I had these amazing angelic humans come help me. And I get to keep this stuff and look back on it. Yeah. And so my grandma, I was telling her that I do these live streams because she's not really tech savvy. I'm talking about my American grandma. So she doesn't really watch my videos so much because she's just not like on the internet that much. But she's like, what have you been doing? And I'm like, I do these live streams and I haven't been vlogging too much. And she's like, oh my gosh, save it and send it to me. I'll keep it for you. She keeps a lot of stuff for me. Like she has my pin collection, she has my stamp collection, she has my money collection. Because everything I collect when I'm traveling, I just give it to her. She's one of those people, she'll keep stuff and she'll have it for like 20 years. She won't lose it, so. Shout out to Mima. Yeah, Destination X, that's the show you told me to check out. I still need to check that out. And yeah, the Netherlands is beautiful. They have the tulips. When exactly are the tulips in the Netherlands? it's already happened. I think it passed. I think it was in April. Yeah, it's ended. The tulip season is over. It's only for like 1 week, 2 weeks in the Netherlands. But I like the Netherlands. I like it a lot. I don't really like Amsterdam that much. You have two lips? Huh? What do you mean you have two lips? Oh, tulips. Oh, I get it. That is very funny, Jason. Hilarious. I was like, everybody has two lips? I was very confused at first. Yeah, people are going crazy outside. Hey, listen, I don't go outside on Friday nights in Paris. I stay indoors because people are out there acting a fool. People come here just to drink. So there's a lot of drinking. I can hear it. People are acting crazy outside. Everybody's in the streets, especially probably now because it's summer. It's going to be even worse. And they're just acting crazy. Anyways, let them have their fun. Yeah, the nightlife is crazy in Paris. I think a lot of people come here for the nightlife. Like, it's a specific nightlife city, but I've never done anything in Paris during the night, like during nightlife. I've eaten outside, during the nighttime, but like the night party life I've never. But there's crazy parties here, like insane clubbing and these giant. There's a lot of. I don't want to go there, but there's a lot of like parties with a lot of sexual activity going on. It's actually really popular here, and it's crazy. A lot of craziness. But hey, if that's your thing, that's your thing. It's not mine. I am in my room with my waters and my Greek yogurt and my matcha. That is as crazy as it's gonna get for me. Um, Especially like I said on the weekend. It's probably the worst on the weekend. But tomorrow morning when I wake up, you walk around Paris, you see like tons of like people walking around like zombies. Like nobody has any energy. I actually love Saturday morning and Sunday morning in Paris because they're so quiet because everybody's hungover, so nobody's outside. I love being outside at that time because it's so quiet while everybody's sick. You can't let loose in my country. If I can't let loose in my country like that, I probably won't in another country. Yeah, people are crazy about what they'll do in foreign countries. I would be terrified to just kind of go to a foreign country and just see what happens. But a lot of people do here. Hey, listen, I'm not judging anybody. If that's what they want to do, it's what they want to do. But my one friend didn't even believe me when I told him I've never been to like a club or a party. He didn't believe me. He's like, I don't believe you. I'm like, I'm serious. I have never been to a club or a party or been drunk. He's like, there's no way. I was like, no, I haven't. Especially here in Paris, because everyone parties here in Paris. And I've been here so many times, so he's like, you've had to have been to at least one Paris party. I said, I've never been to a Paris party. His mind was blown. This is my friend Luca. He's like, there's just no way. Everybody parties here. But anyways, there's some really nice restaurants though. I think I'm gonna do some videos on some really nice restaurants they have here. Because they have a lot of really, really good restaurants that are only open during like the late night. So I do want to show that part of Paris because it's actually really cool. There's some restaurants here that open at like 10 and stay open till like 2 a.m. and the food is delicious. Have you been to Eritrea or Turkmenistan? I have not been to Turkmenistan or Eritrea yet. No, there are 2 countries that I still have to get to. I have only in the Stan countries, I have only been to Afghanistan and Kyrgyzstan and Kazakhstan. I still need to get to Uzbekistan, Tajikistan, and Turkmenistan. So yeah, I've been to 3 of the stands so far. And so far so beautiful. And my best friend is from one of the stands. My friend Takmina, she is from, you guys, if you're a long time subscriber, you know Takmina. She's from Kyrgyzstan. And she is going to be with me when we go to Turkmenistan. I've asked her already because she is from the country right next to Turkmenistan. And one of my schoolmates are from Turkmenistan. I have some friends in Turkmenistan. We went to school together in China. You want to be extremely cautious when you go there. Okay. I think they're fine. I think both countries are fine. No big deal. Eritrea is nice. There's no problem with Eritrea. Plus, everyone there is probably going to think that I am Eritrean. I easily can get away with saying that I'm Eritrean when I'm in Eritrea. And Turkmenistan, as long as you follow the rules, you're perfectly fine. But there is a lot of rules. But that's okay. No brainers. And my friend Takmina says she's gonna come with me. Toxie. My girls. I watched another traveler who snuck into a party because of tourist rules. She was in Africa. You watch a traveler who snuck into a party because of tourist rules? What do you mean by tourist rules? Like, what do you mean? Do you mean otherwise because she was a tourist she wasn't allowed in the party? Is that what you're trying to say? You know what would be so funny if like I went to a party in Paris to do a YouTube video? Should I do that? Or no, stay away. The locals there told her she wasn't invited or welcome. Oh. That's interesting. The locals told her she wasn't invited. Well, if it were me, I wouldn't have cared at all. I would say, no problem. I love being in my... One of my favorite parts of the day is when I can take my day clothes off, get a shower, put my oils in my hair, and lay in bed and watch my YouTube videos or my movies. That is like my favorite part of the day. So if someone ever told me I wasn't invited to some party, I'd be like, okay, I'll just go to my hotel room. That's where I want to be anyways, reading my books. And no problemo. But I'm thinking, because it's so out of my nature to go to parties, should I go to a Paris party or steer clear of it? For it to make a YouTube video to show people what they're like? They're pretty crazy though. Yeah, no. Yeah, you're right. Stay away. Stay away. They do get crazy though. Like they literally, like, when I say everybody's drinking, everybody's extremely drunk. There's a lot of touching. The French people, they're very touchy, I would say. And so that's one thing one reason I don't go to parties is because if someone touches me, I'm going to lose it. Like, don't touch me. But then they're going to look at me like, well, why are you even here? Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, it's normal to, like, touch somebody if they're dancing and you're dancing with them. I don't want people touching me. And it's like normal party behavior. I don't mean inappropriately touching. I just mean like maybe there's somebody who wants to dance with you. They'll just come up to you and touch you and like try to dance with you. And I'm just not that girl. I would literally, if I went to a party, everyone would be like, "Can you please leave?" Because I'd be the girl like, "You shouldn't be drinking that. You shouldn't be vaping. That's bad for your cortisol. You shouldn't be taking a shot of vodka. How much water are you drinking?" Like, they would be like, "Can you please get the heck out of here? You're killing the vibe." You hate being touchy there. It makes you screen crawl. Yeah, and it's like normal in like Paris, I've been told. There's a lot of like somebody will want to dance with you and they'll just come and start, touching you and wanting to, but I don't mean in a way that's like inappropriate. I mean in a way that they think is normal for party behavior, and I can't. And I'm not dancing with anybody, any male that I'm not with. I'm not dancing. Sorry, I must be some kind of, I don't know. I don't know when I became this person, but I just did. But there are people who travel just to do these things, and I understand, and for them, that is perfectly okay. Some people travel to Paris so they can dance with the French guys, drink, get drunk, eat, and then leave. So I understand if that's what you want to do. It's beautiful. That is not what I want to do. I'm here at nighttime. If I weren't talking to you guys right now on live, I'd be with my journal, my books, and my matcha, and so happy. And so happy too. Like, I hear the craziness. Like, if I stopped talking right now, you guys would hear how crazy it is outside. Not 1% of me wants to be out there. Mm-mm. 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 And I'm not gonna lie, some of the guys here are very handsome. They've got a lot of in my opinion, well, I gotta be careful, but the French men are handsome, but extremely, what's the word I'm looking for? Fast. They're very fast, meaning they want. You guys get what I'm trying to say here. So, not my cup of tea. I don't just want to be disappointing people left and right. Which is, and then you're gonna be considered like a party pooper if you're the one who's like, "Why are you doing this?" They're gonna be like, "So why are you here?" If you go to the parties and you don't want to drink, you don't want to dance, you don't want to be touched, they're gonna be like, "So what did you even come here for?" So, anyways, you're a boring adult. So am I. But I've had some neat experiences. Met Barack Obama when he was a senator. Wow. Very, very cool. And, hey, I think there's nothing wrong with being a boring adult. Boring can mean many different things. Maybe you're not a boring adult. Well, maybe what you mean is like you don't party as much as maybe everybody else. Hey, I'm not talking bad about people who party when they travel. I'm just saying that it's not something I do. And I think you have a lot more fun if you don't drink. You can get the experience. Like I said, when I go out tomorrow morning, it's going to be a ghost town. Nobody's out, and I love it. Nobody is outside because everyone's hungover on Saturday morning. It's literally going to be crickets when I go out tomorrow, and I'm going to love it. I'm going to go to all of my favorite cafes that are usually booked up. Like, sometimes I save all the things I want to do for Saturday because I know everyone Saturday morning is hungover from Friday night. So when I go out tomorrow morning, it's going to be empty outside, and that's like one of my favorite days of the week. I go to all the cafes that are usually all booked up. And do you ride roller coasters? I do ride roller coasters. They're just a little boring for me. Yeah, it's very smart. I always tell people, if you come to Paris, which is it's a heavy drinking city. I mean, people here come to drink. Like, it is, everybody's drinking. So right now everybody's drinking, right? They're going to be so hungover in the morning. I'm an early riser. I get up at like 8 or 9. I'm outside. It's going to be empty. It is every single weekend. Nobody's outside. Everyone is throwing up or in the bed, hungover, and I'm just like, let me go to all my favorite cafes. Because there's a lot of cafes here that I avoid because they're usually so packed. So I'm gonna hit Cozy. Cozy is one of my favorite cafes here. It's always packed. Not Blank Street. Matcha Cult is usually booked and packed. I'm gonna go there. There's going to be nobody. So, and I mean the whole day. There's going to be nobody until nighttime again. Then it's going to get booked again at nighttime. Hi, Micah. It's a great strategy if you're not somebody who's doing the partying. You know, it is a great method. Have some nice quiet time. They even hire extra people on the weekend in Paris to do cleaning up on Saturday morning because the city gets trashed. Like, trashed on Friday night. There's trash everywhere, so they have like an extra cleaning crew to clean up on Saturday morning because the city gets so dirty from everybody eating and just throwing their trash on the ground. And if I were at the Eiffel Tower right now, it would be crazy. Like, everybody's there and they get a bottle of wine and they lay down in the grass and they drink and drink and drink and they leave all the wine bottles. It's horrible. They leave their wine bottles on the grass and they leave the food on the grass and the city just gets trashed. They need that in New York City. For real. For real. And so I already know because I love Saturday mornings. When I head out in the morning, the only people outside is me and the cleaning, the Parisian cleaning, service. They're cleaning the streets, they're cleaning the trash cans, and I'm walking to my little cafes and enjoying the silence from the people who were going crazy the night before, and now they're all hungover. So, anyways, no shade, no judgment to these people, but it's not my gig. We are hitting 11. Oops. We, if you don't know, are I'm checking. Yeah, no. We are fundraising for the next hold on, what are we saying? You rode a roller coaster in a cave in the dark. Didn't realize it went upside down until after. That is very cool. I would love to ride a roller coaster in the dark. Because roller coasters, to me, they just seem a little boring. Like, I haven't been scared on any of them. But maybe there's just one maybe I just haven't been to any good ones yet. But I do like them. It's just, to me, they're just a little bit childish. I have to find a roller coaster that actually scares me, Because I would love that. I rode in some, well, as a kid, I was afraid of roller coasters, though. As a kid, I was terrified. As an adult, no. But I need to find some good ones that are actually scary, Anyways, if you don't know what we're doing, if you don't know what the deal is, what's going on, I'm visiting every country in the world. I'll be back in Africa on July 10th to finish the entire continent. I'm going to visit all the countries in Africa this year. That's my life plan for right now. It's my entire focus right now. Strategizing, planning to do that. So yeah, I'm fundraising for that goal of visiting all the countries in Africa to help with the flights. Flights are going to cost me something like $30,000. So yeah, we fundraise. I've got this very cute, sounds like a movie. What, my goal of visiting all the countries in Africa? It feels like a movie. It is incredibly difficult. And every day I'm just kind of like, okay, Uganda, no, Senegal, no, wait. Congo, and then we go to the Madagascar. Okay, no. So that's what I'm doing all day. I wake up, the first thing I'm like, okay, Madagascar, then we can go to Congo. Anyways, I am going to do it though, visiting all the countries in Africa. There's 42 more I have to get to this year, so on July 10th, I'll be back. And I plan to visit all of them. I think I can do it in one shot. I might need one more break. I don't know, but I would like to visit. I would like to do it in one shot. We'll see what happens. But maybe after I finish like 25 countries, I'll take another break, then do the rest. Yeah, we'll see. If I get tired or exhausted or if it gets too expensive again, maybe I'll take another break. But that's what I'm doing. So I'm very much fundraising to help with all of those things. To help with the flights cost is the thing that is like so expensive. So yeah, I'm fundraising. If anybody wants to help me with the goal, we're fundraising tonight. The goal is to reach 1,500 in donations, and we've made it to 550. So yeah, the next milestone is 700, or 600 is the next milestone. If 2 people donated $25, we'd hit the next milestone. Just saying, yeah, because the next milestone is 600 here. So that's if 2 people donated $25, we could hit the next milestone. If you want to donate, the method is via the Cash App. It's in the comments. If you just look at the top of the comments here, you'll see at the top that I've pinned the Cash App. Yeah. And your name is going to go on this poster board. I've been writing the names of the donators in the last 24 hours, so it looks a little, I like it. Yeah. And I hope we can do that in the next 30 minutes. You think we can reach the next milestone in 30 minutes? If 2 people donated $25, we would hit 600. That would be huge. That would be such a big deal. And yeah, thanks in advance to all those who consider. We're a work in progress here. My tape is you love seeing how others walk out their faith journey as I simultaneously walk out mine. Same. I love it too. I mean, I think it's literally needed. Like, how can you walk with God all by yourself with nobody to relate to or nobody helping you? Seems like an impossible task. Seems pretty impossible. You need community. You need somebody that's like, oh, you're going through that too? You're struggling too? It makes everything 10 times easier. I don't want to be morbid, but the suicide hotlines, they always report the number one reason that they get called is because the person feels like they're going through what they're going through all by themselves. So it's literally the number one thing people say before they choose or not choose to commit suicide. I'm sorry to bring that up. It's super dark, but I just remember that fact, that it's the number one thing that the suicide hotlines hear is that I'm going through this all by myself. And I think that it is the most, I mean, literally, it is the darkest feeling to think you're going through something alone. So if you literally can feel like, or know, this other person is going through this too, like it can literally make all the difference. And it makes everything so much easier and lighter. And I definitely think that is the same thing with the Christian walk. You know, when you can meet other Christians and they can be honest with you and they can tell you about what they're going through and what they've learned, and it's just priceless. Otherwise, it would be pretty impossible to try to do the faith walk all by yourself. I mean, it's just a little bit too difficult. So yeah, community is everything, right? That's what I hope to create and hope to have and think I do have. Yeah, community is everything. It's everything. What can you do alone in life? I've tried for a long time to do the life thing all by myself. It's pride actually, but I used to be, I can do everything by myself, all on my own. I don't need anybody. I don't need a man. I don't need family. I don't need people to like me. I don't need anything but myself. I can do everything alone and on my own. It doesn't work. I've tried. It does not work. You cannot do life in isolation. It is absolutely impossible. And it's pride. It's pride. Even though I guess a lot of people say those things out of hurt, you've got to come to a place of knowing that you can't do life alone. Not that you should be so dependent on people either, because you shouldn't be dependent on people. It's just knowing that you really can't do the life or the faith thing on your own, do the Christian walk on your own, in isolation. Impossible. Impossible. Anybody know that song? Cinderella? No? Okay. I need to watch that. That used to be my movie. Hold on, maybe I'll watch it tomorrow. Anybody else watch the Cinderella with Whitney Houston? Impossible. No? Okay. I'll save that for a different live stream. My singing skills. Cinderella with... That is a good Cinderella. Cinderella with Whitney Houston. That Cinderella... Listen. Was my entire childhood. Oh my gosh. I'm going to watch it. I'm about to buy it on... No, it's free on app. It's free on Disney Plus. I love to see the Black Cinderella, Whitney Houston. That literally movie was a big chunk of my childhood. That Cinderella with Whitney Houston and Parent Trap was like my whole childhood. The Parent Trap and Princess Diaries. Also the Cinderella with Hilary Duff was my whole childhood. You didn't see it. You didn't see what? You didn't see the Whitney Houston Cinderella? I'm telling my age. I don't care. Are you telling me there's people who don't know Parent Trap, who didn't grow up with Parent Trap? That does not make me old. The Olsen Twins film Full House was my childhood. The Olsen Twins films, yeah, me too. Does that mean we're old? No. No, it does not mean that. I feel like if you don't know what the Parent Trap is, something's missing in your life. Millennials, did Gen Z grow up with Parent Trap? See, that's what their problem is. They're classics. They're life. They're pillars of your life. They're where you learn good lessons. Yep. Whatever. If I'm old, then that is perfectly fine. But listen. I am literally, I see it here. I need to watch this because I haven't seen it in years. But that movie right there. Also, I was a homeschool kid, so I wasn't like exposed to the outside world for a very long time. Only thing I watched was Cinderella's and Parent Trap and Christian shows. Saved by the Bell. Saved Bell the Bell? Do you mean Saved by the Bell? I don't think I watched that. And Hey Arnold, I've never watched that. And The Wild Thornberries, I did watch that. I love The Wild Thornberries. But Hey Arnold, I don't think I've ever watched it. I don't think I was allowed to. Saved by the Bell. I don't think I think that was a little bit before me, Saved by the Bell. Or maybe we just didn't watch it. I don't know. But they don't make movies like that anymore. All the movies today suck. Not all of them, but a lot of them. They just don't make shows like they used to. You know what I'm saying? Now I sound old. They don't make shows like they used to. They don't make music like they used to. Everything's just sucky. Your daughter is Disney baby. She still watches some of the classics as a teen. I feel like the Disney classics will always they will be timeless, but there's some stuff on Disney that is horrible now. Like the movie they just came out with, what's it called? Once Upon a Time or something. It was horrible. But there's some classics from Disney that will always like. What is the new Disney movie called? I don't know. Some girl and that Snow White, the recent Snow White that exploded. It was horrible. Um, that was a mess. I refuse to watch that movie. But yeah, there's some classics on Disney that I think will be forever a part of everyone's life. Even though I watch this girl and like I kind of love and hate being subscribed to this girl I watch on YouTube because what her whole channel is like she exposes like the dark side of like all the like Disney movies or like all the like all the Disney movies. She'll break them down and show like the demonic, like the horrible evil roots of the movie. And I'm like, I kind of love and hate being subscribed to her because I'm like, you're ruining. She'll like tell the dark history of like The Little Mermaid, and she'll tell like the dark history of like all these shows, and you're like, what? Isn't English language that asks how old are you? But I could be mistaken. Old and young, and I believe mine says it's also about freedom of the soul, not old and young. Definitely. I've met young people that have such an old, they seem old, and I don't mean in a good way. And I've met tons of old or know tons of older people who have such young spirits and don't seem old at all. Yeah, it's crazy. It's crazy. The sexualization of everything in culture now. It's crazy. So now if you want to be different, which is so crazy, like years ago if you wanted to be wild and you wanted to stand out, you wanted attention, you wanted to be different, you would probably be more sexual. And now the sexual thing has become the norm. So now if you want to be different and like controversial, you should more conservative, which is crazy. The more conservative somebody is, the more striking or the more unnatural you are, which is crazy. SpongeBob was meant for adults, in my opinion. Complex topics. Yeah, I mean SpongeBob. I love SpongeBob. I remember when they used to have these things. I'm about to show my age. They used to have these things called video nows. Does anyone remember a video now? It's like this. It was like this little thing, and you could put a little disc inside, and it was like a screen that was this big, and you could watch TV shows on it. I used to watch SpongeBob on my video now. Oh my gosh, I loved SpongeBob. I wasn't allowed to watch SpongeBob as a kid, but when I turned like, I don't know, 14, I guess my mom started letting me watch SpongeBob, and I loved it. The Amanda Bynes show? Yeah, I used to watch it all the time. But yeah, SpongeBob has like some of the episodes are pretty crazy. But it's so sad because it's such an innocent concept. But I don't know if the Gen Z. I don't even know who Gen Z is. I don't even know what age it is. But I don't even know if the Gen Z knows anything about this. If there's any Gen Z people who know what we're talking about. I don't even know what Gen Z means. I don't even know if I'm Gen Z. I don't know, but I feel like everybody should know these things. I think Gen Z is the generation that grew up with social media. It's always been around. That would mean I'm not Gen Z. We have been live for we're about to hit the 2 hour mark. In 10 minutes, in 5 minutes, we're hitting the 2 hour mark of this live stream. And we've had one donation so far. I want to see if we can make some progress on these donations. We are fundraising for this goal of visiting all the countries in the world. I made this very aesthetically pleasing poster. Oh my gosh. We've been live for 2 hours. We've had one donation. Shout out to Rose Rain. I want to see if we can get some more. Yeah, I want to make some progress on this. I had a goal of raising 1,500 this weekend, and so I want to make some progress on this while we're going live today. If anyone wants to donate to this mission of me visiting all the countries in the world, if you don't know what I'm talking about, I'm on a mission to visit every country in the world. I want to be the next person who visits every country in the world. I am trying to finish this goal in June of next year. But this year, I'm finishing the continent of Africa. Africa has 42 countries. Nope. Africa has 54 countries. I have been to 12. I'll be back in Africa on July 10th. To finish the whole continent. So I've been fundraising for that in between, here and then. In literally 2.5 weeks, I'll be back in Africa. And the reason I left is because it was getting too expensive for me. It was so expensive trying to visit all the countries there without taking a break. So, yeah, I want to raise 1,500 this weekend. We have made, we're not halfway yet. Almost halfway to the goal. Shout out to Rose Rain, which is so far the only donator today. But we're close to 600. We've raised 550. So, if 2 people donated $25, we would get to the 600 mark, and I could rip this off. We'd get to the next. We wouldn't make it to the next milestone. So yeah, if anyone wants to donate, the method is via the Cash App. It's in the comments. If you look all the way at the top of the comments, you will see at the top. And I'll write your name on this lovely poster board. I'm writing all the names of the donators that have helped raise this 1,500 this weekend. So yeah, just know you're helping so much, and I'm so grateful to the people donating and considering. And everything helps. Power in numbers. If everyone came together and donated $5, $10, we'd probably reach the goal. But yeah, so are you still thinking about pursuing in music? Well, I was never trying to pursue in music, though. I was going to school before I started all this. I was in school to become a film composer, but I wasn't pursuing to become a musician. I was going to college to write music for movies, to write soundtracks for movies. So I never wanted to be like on the radio or anything like that. I'm a composer. I play the piano and a couple other instruments, and I compose, like I write music. So I wanted to be a writer, not like a musician, you know? I wanted to write music for movies. I still do, I guess. Um, yeah, I still do. So sure. Um, so sure, yeah. But yeah, I never wanted to be like a artist, like a music artist. I wanted to be behind the scenes, you know? You only see them on the credits. You know, when you're at the end of a movie, when you're watching it, you'll see like this person composed the music for this film. Like that's the only place you would see my name um, for music. But yeah, I would definitely go back to that. But I just really like playing the piano for the most part. I don't want to be a musician. The poster's falling. I'm excited. I'm hopeful, and for this goal, the poster's falling. I'm hopeful, and thank you so much for telling me I got this. Thank you so much. We're gonna do it. We're going to do it. I got discouraged for a minute, but we're gonna do it. Finish this goal. And I'm ready to go, baby. If I didn't need to raise like so much money, I'd probably be in Africa right now, but like I'm not gonna go back there. I'm not gonna go back to Africa and then literally be spending like $50,000. Like that's what I did already, you know. Um, on like 12 countries. Like that was so crazy that I spent that much visiting 12 countries. I was like, this is just ridiculous. Like I have to take a break. I can't keep doing this. So yeah, fundraising, and also trying to book things in advance makes things a lot easier too, which is what I wasn't doing before. I wasn't booking anything in advance, which was becoming a problem for me. Like I was booking everything just like a few days before, you know. All the hotels I stayed in, I would just book it days before. All the flights I'd book one day before, and it was making everything 10 times more expensive. So we're gonna figure this out in a way that makes a little bit more sense this time. So that's what I'm doing. So anybody who wants to help, it is much appreciated. Um, and even the little amounts help. The people who donate like 10, 15, $20, like it adds up. Like that's power in numbers, you know? So, but yeah, this is gonna set you up to eventually be more encouraged, I think. You're onto something. Being discouraged sets you up to be eventually more encouraged, I think. You're onto something. I was literally thinking about this the other day. I literally was thinking about this the other day. That, like, when you're discouraged, it can give you more grit. You're so right. And I feel like I have it. Like, before, I was like, yeah, I'm going to visit all the countries in Africa this year. And then it got really hard. Then it got harder. Then it got harder. Then it got harder. Then it got harder. And then I was having like a mental breakdown. And then I was like, I can't do this. And I was spiraling. Now, I would say, even in the last 2 months, I have become like, I would say, I don't want to say unstoppable, but like maybe like unstoppable. Like, I have made up in my mind that nothing is going to come in between me and finishing this goal. Like, I'm not going to be discouraged. I'm not going to let the financial aspect or like just being tired or whatever the case may be, like I'm not going to let those things come in between me and this goal. I'm going to finish it. And I'm just a little bit more tenacious, or like a little bit less concerned about the little details. And that, I think, came from me being so upset these last, well, when I was in Ethiopia, I was just so angry. And the last 2 weeks of me being in Ethiopia, you can probably tell if you watch my last Ethiopian vlog. I was angry. I was like, I'm so tired of being in Africa. It is so difficult traveling this continent. Um, I keep getting food poisoning. I don't like being here. And I was angry. I was like ready to quit for real. And so I just noticed the difference between then and even now, how different I feel is crazy. And so, yeah, I 100% agree with you that being discouraged can set you up for being more encouraged. I would say I'm more encouraged now. Um, yeah, and I know what to expect now. Before, I didn't know what to expect because I've never traveled more than 2 or 3 countries in Africa. Now that I have like been to a lot of countries in Africa, I know what to expect. I know how expensive it's going to be. Like, I'm not going to be surprised like I was the first time. I know the problems I might face and how to deal with them. So, yeah, I would say that I'm more prepared now. I'm glad you didn't crash out and kept it moving with grace. I was this close to crashing out, though. I was close. My mom, every day, she literally had to say, she literally said to me on the phone, like, this is like the last day I was in Ethiopia. She's like, you need to stop complaining. I was like, I was offended at first. I'm like, do you know how difficult this is? She's like, I think you need to stop complaining. I was like, how dare she say that to me? Because I was wanting somebody to, like, you know, reinforce my loathing, you know? And she's not like that, you know? She's like, you need to stop complaining. She's like, you're either going to do this or you're not going to do it, but don't complain. I was like, dang, she had to hit me with the truth like that. Because I was calling her every day, like, oh my god, this is so expensive and this is so difficult. Yeah, she humbled me. She did. She really did. Especially because, like, my mom is going through cancer right now. She was diagnosed with breast cancer in September, and she's been going through radiation, and she went through chemotherapy, and she's like, have you ever heard me complain? And I was like, no. She's like, if you don't hear me complaining, why are you complaining? I was like, she had to slap me like that with the truth. I was like, I guess you're right. She's like, aren't you the one that signed up to visit every country in the world? I'm like, yes. She's like, so stop complaining. I was like, dang, she had to hit me upside the head like that. But she was right. She was right, and she's not the mother that's gonna be like, oh, like, she doesn't give that to me, you know. She's always like, you need to get it together, and you need to get it together quick, because either you are not going to do this, or you're gonna figure it out, but you don't have the option to just lollygag and complain and cry and be angry and be upset all day. Like, you have to choose. You have to choose a lane. You're either going to keep going for it and you're going to figure it out, or you're not. How is your mom? My mom is cancer free, found out 3 days ago. My mom is cancer free too. She's doing very well. She finished her last radiation, I think 2 weeks ago. She did her last session of radiation. Her first session of radiation, um, she was crying. She hated it. She was on the phone crying and devastated. By the time she did like her 10th radiation, she was just like so normal about it. She's like, oh, I just did my radiation. It became like normal for her. And she never got an infection, which is amazing because she met another lady like 2 weeks ago who got an infection. Oh my gosh. So my mom met another woman who is going through the breast cancer journey, and when she got her double mastectomy, she got an infection. So they have to go back and open up her breast again to get rid of the infection. Oh, I can't imagine. And my mom was like, I never got an infection, which is amazing. She never got an infection during chemo. The infections happen a lot. She never got an infection during the double mastectomy, and she never got sick during the radiation or chemo or anything like that. So she's happy, you know. And they took the cancer out, so she's cancer free. But I think you go through remission for like 5 years. I don't like tofu. I like tofu if it's cooked right, but I don't usually have it unless I'm like in an Asian country, you know, where they make it right. That's amazing. Infection is just dangerous as a diagnosis. Literally, people never usually die from cancer. People die from an infection they get while they have cancer. Literally, the most deaths from cancer come from you getting sick during the cancer, you know? So, because cancer makes your body really weak, you know, your immune system really weak. The chemotherapy makes your body really weak. So, most people that die from cancer, they're dying from an infection they got during the cancer, or they're dying from sickness they got during the cancer. And my mom never got sick, and she never got an infection. So that's amazing. And yeah, she's doing good. She just operates like a normal human being. And oh, your mom lost over 100 pounds due to. Ooh. I can't imagine. Yeah, so she's doing good. Is tofu like a meat substitute? Yeah, yeah. Some people use it for a meat substitute, but it's a food all on its own. You can add tofu like to like a meat dish, which happens a lot in Asia. Because I've been waiting for your next vlogging in Paris, OMG. Okay, I will vlog. You know what? The reason I don't vlog too much in Paris is for a few reasons. I'm not really traveling. I don't feel like I'm traveling Paris. I feel like I'm taking a break. I've been doing a lot of nothing. Like, I'll sit at a cafe and plan and read books. But also because, like, if you haven't noticed, my Paris vlogs don't perform very well. Everyone got so invested in me on this goal to visiting every country in the world that, like, my YouTube audience, they were so excited about seeing the next country I'm going to, that when I got to Paris, I don't think it had like they're like, Paris, aren't you, you know? So maybe it's just too normal for my content. I'm kind of like the adventure girl, going to all the countries that nobody goes to, and so the Paris content wasn't doing well. So I'm like, oh, nobody cares about me being in Paris, so I kind of stopped doing the vlogs. But you guys are telling me that you like the Paris vlogs, so if you like them, I can keep doing them. Hi, Carla. But I definitely can keep doing them. But it's just like I felt like they kind of were not what. It's just, I don't know. Maybe it wasn't a little bit on brand, and so. But I can do them. I can do Paris vlogs. Um, do more Paris vlogs, even though I'm not doing a whole lot. Uh, you think people like my lifestyle in Europe? I can do some more vlogs in Europe. To be honest, I feel home here. So I don't know. I don't feel like I'm traveling. I don't feel like I'm traveling. So, but I definitely can do more vlogging here. 100%. Maybe for exclusive parent account, you could do a live for those viewers with $100. I There's an idea. There is an idea. Yeah, we're still shout out to Rose Rain for being the donator. We're 3 hours into the live stream. And we've had one donation. I think we can get some more. I think we can get some more. Shout out to Rose Rain. I think we can get some more. I believe so. If anyone wants to help me with this goal of visiting all the countries in the world, I'm fundraising. I get back to Africa on July 10th. I'm going back to finish the entire continent by myself, may I add. All by myself. I'm going to be visiting the entire continent of Africa this year in pursuit of my goal to visit all the countries in the world. If I can finish Africa this year, I can finish the whole world next year, because I will only have a few countries left. Oh, thank you for the skin compliments. Thank you so much. Oh, Cam is here. Cam is here. Hey, Cam. Happy Friday. That's what the third skin comment. Thank you guys very much. There's nothing perfect about my skin. I've got dark marks and bumps, but thank you. Matcha. It's matcha. Honestly, listen. Listen. Okay. I'm gonna put you guys onto something. Your skin is your gut. Your skin is directly related to the health of your gut. You guys are like, I know some of you guys are like, oh no, here she goes again. Here she goes. I'm literally I've become the girl that's in the grocery store, and I'm like literally pointing. Literally, there was a guy in the grocery store today. I can tell he was a fellow American traveling here, and he's getting all these Cokes. I'm literally like this. I'm like, put the Coke back. Get water. Get water. He's looking at me like, this girl. I'm like, put the Cokes back. Why are you drinking Coke? It's 2025. Like, what are we doing? Have enough people not been diagnosed with cancer? Have enough people not been diagnosed with all these diseases and cancer and diabetes? Like, what do I need to say to you to put the Cokes back? He's looking at me like, I'm like, get water. You're going to be okay. You don't need a ton of sugar all day long to me. Like, literally, this dude's like, why is this girl talking to me? I'm like, I'm at the grocery store. I have my waters. I'm like, I get 3 or 4 of these a day. And I'm just like, it's hot outside. You need to be hydrated. What are you doing? Like, can we grow up? Grow up and put the Coke back. This is a complete stranger. He's laughing at me. His friends are laughing at me. I'm like, put it back. Get water. You don't even need kombucha, because honestly, I can go to the grocery store tomorrow and show you guys the ingredients on the kombucha. It's sugar. Everything is sugar. It doesn't matter. Walk through a grocery store. You can look at the ingredients of anything. Sugar, and it's killing us. Like, how many people need to die? How many people need to be diagnosed with cancer? How many people need to be diagnosed before we start waking up? Everything is sugar. Get water. Grow up and drink water. You don't need to pour sugar down your throat every day, all day. Kombucha is okay, but usually it's full with a ton of sugar. You've been watching videos, and great place. I encourage you to continue to be encouraged. Whenever you feel discouraged, Psalms 23, the Lord is my shepherd, is your shepherd. Thank you so much, Carla. You are an angel. And you're absolutely right. Thank you so much. I definitely do get discouraged, and the word of God always helps. You're so right. Thank you so much. You're praying for me. I receive that and need it. So thank you so much. Greg, I haven't eaten. I wasn't eating trash or anything, but like that. But I definitely could do better. Your parents gave me that. Oh, I'm so happy. Listen, I'm not on a high horse. I come from a place of being somebody who ate terribly, and I felt terrible, and I looked terrible, and it took one day I had to look in the mirror and be like, MJ, when are you gonna grow up and take care of yourself? Is it when you get a diagnosis? Is it when you ruin your body to shreds and then you have to clean up, or when you get diagnosed with something, or are you gonna do it now? And yeah, it's crazy how humans, the way we eat is just horrible in 2025. It's horrible. We never were like this before. The amount of sugar we take in just a single 24-hour period, or the amount of horrible trash we eat in 24 hours is horrible. You know, that's why I literally sometimes go to the grocery store like I did today, and I'm literally looking at people like, put the Coke back, put the Coke back, put the lemonade back. Grow up. How old are you? 5? Put the lemonade back. Get water. Water is your body needs water to clean out your kidneys. If your kidneys aren't working, your whole body ain't working. If your liver is not working, your whole body is not working. Your liver is your filtration system. It's like a fish tank. You know how fish tank you constantly need to change the filter so the water runs clean? You ever see a fish tank that's gunky and dark? That means the filter isn't working. You have a filter. Our bodies have a filter. It's called our liver. Our liver needs at least 2 liters of water every day to clean itself out. If your liver is being pumped with sugar and soda and lemonade, do you think your body is detoxing? It's not. That's when you get your skin is breaking out like crazy because your poor body is just like, it can't detox, it can't clean itself. When you get the premature wrinkles, so many people have wrinkles at a young age because your body is not filtering and cleaning out your cells. Alopecia, diabetes, high blood pressure, and people still continue to pump their bodies full of junk. It's like, not okay, not okay. I had the most delicious meal today, and it was very healthy and it was delicious. I had a piece of salmon and I had Greek yogurt. You cannot tell me healthy food is not delicious. It is delicious. And it doesn't have to be expensive. My piece of salmon was like $10. The Greek yogurt was like $3. Um, and you look like how you eat. For real. Like, you literally look how you eat. You can see a healthy person walking down the street. I know you know that's true. You can see a person walking down the street and you can tell if they eat clean. Who doesn't want to feel and the way you feel too, you know? I will like waking up and having energy, and I want I want to live long. It's not just aesthetic reasons. It's not just how you look. It's way deeper than that. I want to be here for my great grandkids and stuff like that, you know? Sometimes it takes a cautionary tale in real time to realize the damage we do to ourselves. And that's why I talk about it so much, because no one ever came to me and said, MJ, you shouldn't be eating a jar of Nutella every day, which is what I used to do. Like, are you a child? Grow the heck up. Put the Nutella down. Have real food. Because your body isn't getting any nutrients and you're suffering for it. You have no energy. You're always bloated. You put on pounds of makeup. I used to put on pounds of makeup, which is actually kind of ironic because it's like, no. I didn't only have salmon and Greek yogurt. I had salmon. Hold on, I think I have a picture. I had salmon with Greek yogurt, which is delicious. It's a delicious combo. And then I had a lot of Greek yogurt, so I also had it with blueberries. Okay, you can kind of see. Here's my salmon. I put Greek yogurt. I literally just put Greek yogurt on top of the salmon, and then I put berries in the rest of the Greek yogurt because like I had extra, and of course I had my matcha back here. This is like a sesame seasons piece of salmon I got from the grocery store, and I literally just dump a ton of Greek yogurt on top of it. I also had I made like this little eggs with cottage cheese and like mustard, Dijon mustard. I do a little, I do a little bit of this, a little bit of that. I also had a quinoa salad. Delish. I had a quinoa salad with blueberries too. I always take. I was vlogging, so I also had this is like a quinoa salad, and then I had more Greek yogurt with some blueberries. Yummers! Greek yogurt is my whole existence. When you're a parent, it's hard to get back on track and not eat like a greedy child. I hear you. I hear you. I'm not a parent, so but sometimes I think people I think people think eating healthy is some kind of rocket science. It's not. I think it's the easier decision. Um, if there's a line at a one-off non-chain restaurant and everyone waiting is fat, listen, sometimes I just don't understand people's logic. Like, I'll be walking by McDonald's, literally everyone is fat, like in the McDonald's. I don't want to be offensive. I don't like using the word fat, but it's true. I walk by McDonald's, everyone's in McDonald's is like sitting down and they're big and they're fat. And I'm just like, do you have anyone in your life? Like, I feel like we all should have the person in our life who can look at us and with love and say, you are your own worst enemy. You know what I'm saying? Like, do these people, I always wonder, do these people not have somebody in their life who can say that to them? Like, because I needed somebody to say that to me. You're your own worst enemy, and when are you going to make a decision not to do this? Why are you at McDonald's? How do you always eat so healthy being surrounded with pastries? Balance. I get pastries sometimes. Like the other day, I had the butter. There's nothing healthy about this. I had butter with. This is. I don't know if you saw my short, but I had butter with crackers, like butter crackers. This wasn't very healthy. I mean, it was a treat. But I don't always eat healthy. But honestly, I love eating healthy. It makes me feel amazing. Like when I let me break it down. When I get up and I make my the butter, that butter was so good. But not healthy, but so delicious. No, I think it's the opposite. Traveling does not make you eat healthier. It actually does the opposite. Um, and when I'm in America, I'm literally like I was in America recently. I'm like in the grocery store, I'm at Whole Foods, I'm at Sprouts, making sure I make my own food. But also there's some places I love in the US. Like I miss Sweet Green. Sweet Green, I think about it like 3 times a week. I miss Sweet Green so much. It's a food chain. I think they're in New Jersey and in New York. Sweet Green is like one of my favorite places to eat when I'm in US. But um here's why eating healthy is not hard. There's a saying, it's like you don't need discipline, you need momentum. And that saying is so true. It's like you think that you need all this mental discipline to eat healthy, right? You don't. You only need momentum. It's the same thing with like going to the gym or like having any goals, right? Once you start doing it, it's the only thing you want to do. So I think it's the same thing with eating healthy. I think people overthink it like, oh, I've got to cut myself off and um, not have all this good food. No, 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 no. No, listen, I'm telling you, I can go right now into a McDonald's or a food with a bunch of nasty pastries and donuts and cookies and ice cream. I don't want it. You literally, there's people who go to the grocery store before they go to sleep and all they get is snacks. There's no snacks in here. The only thing I have at nighttime is my water. I don't bring food back into the hotel room at nighttime. Some people literally, like I said, I was at the grocery store, people were getting chips and cake and Oreos because that's how a lot of people do when they're traveling. they'll go on like a late night grocery store run, and they'll get Oreos and Coke and you know. I don't want any of the nasty food. That's what I'm saying about discipline versus momentum. You need momentum. You don't need um, discipline. It's like riding a bike. Once the bike is already moving, it's easy to keep going because the bike is already moving. It's the same thing with eating healthy. I'm telling you, when I wake up, I do not want unhealthy food. I get so excited for my Greek yogurt and my blueberries. I see people eating cake and cookies and pie and pastries, and I don't want it because I know how they're going to feel. Right after you eat that crap, you're going to feel horrible. When I put when I eat my Greek yogurt, I feel like I can fight Hercules. Like I just feel and the what I mean the mental benefits too. Like I think clearly, I have energy, I can walk for hours, and my skin and my hair look nice. They're motivating factors, you know. So, but I will agree to the fact that it is more difficult if you're the only one. You know what I mean? Like if no one around you, like I would say that maybe it's a little bit easier for me because I'm kind of in solitude. You don't know if anyone has said this, but I love your Paris vlogs. Thank you so much for saying that. You guys are gonna make me make a Paris vlog, another Paris vlog, because I didn't think anybody liked them. You know, all the hype was around my my Africa vlogs and like my adventurous vlogs. I didn't think anyone cared about my Paris vlogs, but you guys are. That is so meaningful, and I am gonna make more. Thank you so much. Even though I didn't think they were very exciting, but you know what? I'm gonna make one tomorrow because you said that. Thank you so much. Makes sense. I've been eating better, and when I do, I feel great. Yeah, you feel, but if you eat good, you feel good. You feel good. You want to eat better. Um, if I were to go have a giant cookie with ice cream, I would feel horrible. Like immediately, you feel horrible because your sugar. You pound your body with all this sugar. You might get a dopamine high for about 30 minutes, but you're gonna crash. When you're offered food in another country, it is acceptable to say no thank you without being disrespectful. In which country did you receive the worst food poisoning in? Yeah, that's difficult because every country you go to, they want to tell you that they have the best food, and I don't want to be offensive, but that is what happened to me in Ethiopia. The Ethiopians, they're so proud of their food, and I know that Ethiopian food is loved around the world. I don't like it. And they were so like there's a thing where it's like, do I lie or do I say that I like something because I'm sitting around the culture, you know? So like the first day I got there, they're like, "We need to take you out to eat." And they got me injera with, you know, all the food, and it's just not my kind of food. I don't like it. And they're like, how do you like our food? How do you like our food? And you have 20 Ethiopian people looking you in the face saying, "How do you like our food?" It's hard to say. It's hard to say you don't like it. But to me, that doesn't have to be offensive because I'm not saying it's gross. I'm saying it's not my kind of food. You know? And I was trying to explain that, but it's just like they get so offended. Not they, everybody gets offended when you say you don't like their specific kind of food that they're really proud of. And I got horrible food poisoning in Ethiopia twice. In Addis Ababa. I also got food poisoning when I was in Zambia. But I didn't, there's a difference between saying this food is bad and saying I don't really like this kind of food. That's what I was saying. I wasn't saying the food is bad. I was saying this is not really my kind of food. But yeah, it is super rude to say like, "Oh no, thank you. I don't want that." You know. But like the last 2 weeks that I was in Ethiopia, I ate American food. I only ate eggs from the hotel with bacon and like avocado toast. And They're asking me why you don't want injera, you don't want. They eat injera every single day in Ethiopia, like literally every day. And I was like, no, I'm okay. Um, but I love the Ethiopian culture, but the food for me just isn't my kind of food. But I noticed that that's when you say that to people, they don't. It's not considered polite to tell them the truth. You're better off when you're traveling just to tell people that you like the food. You're better off just saying, I love it. I've noticed that, especially on the internet. Jesus on the earth was a healthy eater. He sure was. Your go-to line was, I hear it's great. You just have other needs. You have other needs. I missed my Greek yogurt and my blueberries. All I want to eat. Some people say they get bored of eating the same thing every day. I'm not that person. I will literally lay in bed at night excited about eating the same thing I just had that day before, which is Greek yogurt. I love Greek yogurt. It is one of the healthiest things you could eat on planet Earth. It is packed full of protein. It's really satiating. It's really filling, and it just makes me feel like full. It gives you like a full feeling with berries, sometimes honey, whatever you have, kiwi. You put nuts in there. That's why Greek yogurt is amazing, because you could do a million different things with Greek yogurt. Like I said, I also used it in a savory way. I put it on top of my salmon. Um, I want salmon, meat, Greek yogurt, avocado toast. My matcha is arriving in the mail. Oh my goodness. I don't want to tell you you love it. You're going to love it because it's always 50-50. People either say to me, MJ, I had matcha and I hated it. I'm like, sorry. Or they say, MJ, I had matcha and I loved it. I'm like, okay. We'll see. Some people say it tastes like grass. I'm like, it doesn't taste like grass. To me, it's delicious. I have one right here. And it's so healthy. Like, say there's 3 days that goes by that I don't have matcha, I can see the difference in my skin. My skin literally looks different when I don't have my matcha. Like, matcha is so healthy. It literally, visually, I can see, like, when I don't have my matcha, my skin like starts to look not so good. Um, Matcha's amazing. People say to me it tastes like dirt. Dirt? I've never heard someone say it tastes like dirt. I have people say it says it tastes like grass. But I'm just like, it's delicious. If you like green tea, you'll like matcha. Because matcha and green tea are the same thing. Green tea is the essence, matcha is the leaves, ground up. So if you like green tea, it's just like really intense green tea. But I love the flavor. I don't want to add anything to my matcha to change the flavor. Matcha has become so popular that sometimes you'll get a lot of fake, not so high quality, good versions. Like, I would say the matcha in Starbucks is not authentic. It's packed full of sugar. It's a treat. Unless you're in France, the matcha in France is authentic. The matcha in US at Starbucks is not authentic. They pump it full of sugar. Tastes milky when you add different types of milk. So yeah, that's like a latte. Yeah, matcha lattes are absolutely delicious if you get it from the right place. Because I had a matcha latte 2 days ago and it was disgusting. It was horrible. So, and sometimes they want to play with you and they add this much milk and then like this much matcha, which is not okay. You didn't like matcha or lavender until you had them together at Starbucks. That's what I mean. That's a fake drink. My mom ordered that. She told me. She said she told me she was going to get a lavender matcha from Starbucks. I literally was telling her, please do not get this drink. It is just sugar and chemicals. And she got it anyways. I'm like, Mom, please especially because my mom is battling cancer. If she's listening, and I said that loud because my mom is probably listening. So I try to tell her, Mom, why are we getting sugary drinks from Starbucks? You'd be better off making the matcha yourself. She said she was only going to get it one time though. She said, I'm only going to do this once, because I begged her not to get the drink from Starbucks. I'm like, that's not real matcha, Mom. Don't get it. It's packed full of sugar and chemicals. I said, you'd be better off making it yourself. But she got it anyways. And I looked up the ingredients. It was like 20 different ingredients. Why is there 20 different ingredients in a matcha? That's how you know it's fake. It should have 2 ingredients. Milk, matcha. You know what I'm saying? So I looked up the lavender matcha. It is just chemicals and sugar from Starbucks. And yeah, it's probably tasty, but it's juice. It's sugar juice. You drink Japanese tea and Chinese tea with no sugar. I put apple cider. You put apple cider vinegar in your tea? That's ambitious. When I take apple cider vinegar, I have to like take it like a shot because it's so nasty. But you put it in your tea? That is ambitious. You missed the Tao brand chamomile tea from Target. You haven't seen it in the store. First sip stirs the soul. Tao? Have I tried Tao? I don't think I have. But I love a chamomile tea. That's wild. Just like this one. Your go-to is Greek yogurt, tofu, lettuce, avocado, feta, almond ghee. I live for feta. I also love feta. Feta is a vibe. I've recently been getting into Parmesan cheese. Yeah, the apple cider vinegar, I have to take it like a shot. Like I can't drink it. It's too gross. But I shot it. But I do put water in, you know what I mean? I don't straight up take it as a shot, you know? We are still somewhere at... But apple cider vinegar is really... If you get the real deal. See, it's so sad that you always have to say that in 2025. Everything that I talk about, you have to check the ingredients still. You know? Like I was trying to tell somebody the other day to switch to avocado oil. Because I know somebody who cooks with canola oil. Not okay. And cooks with grapeseed oil. Not okay. So I was telling this person, cook with olive oil. Cook with avocado oil. It is way better for you. It's not going to clog your arteries. Literally, the person goes to the grocery store and says, should I get this avocado oil? And I say, check the ingredients. It wasn't even avocado oil. That's why you always have to check the ingredients of whatever you're buying. Just because it says matcha does not mean that it's matcha. It could be full of chemicals. And you need to check the ingredients on the apple cider vinegar. Every time you're buying apple cider vinegar, look at the ingredients. It should only have one ingredient, apple cider vinegar. Because sometimes you'll look at the ingredients and there's like 6 or 7 ingredients. That's BS. It should have one ingredient and it should be organic. Because they'll just sell you anything in the supermarket these days. It's sad. So yeah, I had told somebody to buy avocado oil. They went to buy the avocado oil. They looked at the ingredients and it wasn't even avocado oil. It was like sunflower seed oil with avocado flavoring. It's horrible what ingredients you look for in matcha. In matcha, the ingredients should say matcha powder from Japan. That's it. From Japan, that's important. Because Japan, if matcha is coming from anywhere else, no. It should just say matcha powder from Japan. It should say ceremonial matcha powder, by the way. That means that it was prepared with no heat and they didn't grind down the matcha into in a Sometimes you'll see this really chalky looking matcha powder. That means the matcha was ground too much into oblivion and you lose all the benefits. You need the Japanese people to make this matcha for you. They know what they're doing. So that's why the ingredients should say matcha powder from Japan. It should say from Japan on there. Because it will usually, no, it always tells you where it's from. So if it's from Japan and it says ceremonial matcha, so no matcha liquid. No. You want to get the powder version. For example, this is the matcha I'm using right now. I got this when I was in Japan. Well, it's in Japanese. I was going to show you the ingredients, but they're in Japanese. But yeah, this says ingredients right here. First, matcha. Location, Nihon desu, meaning from Japan. The only ingredient is matcha. Boom. And it should be a good color. You're always going to know high quality matcha from the color. It should be vibrant. It should look like neon green. The more vibrant the color of the matcha, the better quality it is. Sometimes you open up matcha and it looks like chalk. No. I would love to one day. Have my own matcha brand. It's actually one thing that I plan on doing when I'm done this mission. I would love to have my own matcha brand, but as for right now, I don't. But I do have recommendations. This is one of the best matchas I've ever tried in my whole life. But yeah, you could always... Yeah, there's good... You can find good matchas in the US. And you can order some good matchas online. Matcha.com has a good matcha. That matcha... the matcha from Matcha.com comes from Japan. There's also another great place you can order matcha from. It's called... what is it called? What's it called? There's another brand. Hold on, I'm trying to think of... Yeah, Matcha.com though too. Has their matchas from Japan. I don't know. Maybe I'll make a video about it. Where you can get authentic matcha. Yeah. There's a guy who literally went to Japan to source the best matcha, and he's the one who made Matcha.com. This guy, he is an American guy who went to Japan to source some of the best matcha so he could make it available for people in America. So this is from Matcha.com. His matcha is really good. It's authentic Japanese matcha. And if I'm not mistaken, you can order his matcha. Yeah. It's a really, really good. He has a really good matcha. It's expensive, but it's a pretty big jar. You can buy his matcha for $41. But I would say that this can is pretty big. So it'll last you like a long time. Yeah. And it's really good. Like, he goes to Japan to get his matcha, so it's a really, really, really good matcha. It's a really good one. But yeah, we always find a way to talk about matcha. I love Japan too. Japan is... I don't know what I'd do without Japan if Japan never existed. Almighty blessings to your mom. Thank you. What's his site again? Literally matcha.com. He's an American guy who his story is pretty deep. He got diagnosed with all this stuff. All his family was sick and overweight. Everybody in his family had some form of cancer or diabetes. He was starting to fall into that trap. He wakes up one day and he's like, I've got to do something about this. I have got to become healthy and help other people become healthy, because it's like we're all dying in America from, the way we eat. Anyways, he goes to Japan, he learns about the Japanese culture, how they're so healthy. Japanese people are so healthy, it's not even funny. They're some of the healthiest people on earth. He learns about matcha from them. He wanted to make it available for people in the US, so he partnered with a Japanese farm and he made matcha. He makes matcha. It comes straight from Japan. It's called matcha.com. So yeah, he has a really good authentic matcha online. It comes straight from Japan. He has a lot of different things on his website though. And I'm mad he got that website handle because it's so easy, you know? Because maybe one day I'd want to come out with my own matcha. And if I did come out with my own matcha, I would do the same thing. I would go partner with a farm in Japan because that's the only way you're going to have matcha. You cannot. You need the Japanese people to make it for you. It has to come from Japan. He sends you the mixer bowl and the scoop with it. Oh, nice. Really nice. Okay, I didn't know that. Yeah, he's got a lot of stuff, a lot of good stuff on there. He's a real deal. And he's selling you the real deal. Yeah, it's really cool. Really, really, really cool. My grandmother is from the Hokkaido prefecture, but she was born and raised in Tokyo on purpose. Like her family moved her to Tokyo so that she could go to a really good school there. But she is from the Hokkaido prefecture and that's where she lives now. And she wants to move back to Tokyo. She's living in the countryside now, but she's really lonely. When she saw my video saying that I was going to quit, I wasn't going to quit. I just needed 24 hours to have a meltdown. She literally was like, come back here. Stay with me, please. She was so ready for me to come back and stay with her. She's like, oh, you're going to quit? Come back here. She's lonely. She's divorced. She lives in a beautiful house. I mean, if you watch my vlogs, you saw her house. It's beautiful. But she's pretty lonely, so she's thinking about moving back to the city of Tokyo if she can sell her house. Even though she built the house herself, and I keep telling her not to sell it. But that's what she wants to do. She wanted me to buy her house, actually. And I'm like, I can't. I'm visiting every country in the world right now. Yeah, I had to have a 24-hour meltdown. Exactly. But I was okay. But my Japanese grandmother was all too excited. She's like, perfect. Come back here. Stay with me for a year if you need to. I'm like, no, I gotta finish this goal. There's nothing for me in Japan right now. I'd be wasting time. Precious time. I'd have a 24-hour meltdown. Yeah, she tried. She's okay. She's doing good. And she's pretty freaking awesome. She's an artist. She paints all day. And we're trying to get her saved. Fingers crossed. I'm in her ear every time I'm there. She's not a Christian. She doesn't believe that there's a God. She more so believes that in the universe or whatever, you know. But every time I go, I bring my Bible, and I'm happy she lets me talk to her about Jesus. But she's not a believer in Jesus. Yet. There's still time. I've had sea moss before. Yeah, I've had sea moss before. Yeah, she's not a believer yet. But every time I talk to her about Jesus, she starts crying. So something has to be there. Something has to be there. Otherwise, why would she be crying? Every time I talk to her about the word, I preach to her, I speak to her about Jesus, she cries and cries and cries. So I think something has to be happening inside of her. Otherwise, where are the tears coming from? And I asked her, why are you crying? And she said she can't explain why. So something's going on inside of her. So I pray for her a lot. And yeah. Her name is Yoshimi, if anyone wants to pray for the salvation of my Japanese grandmother. She's She's an atheist. And yeah, I'd love for her to accept Jesus. She's an underground Jesus lover. I hope she's an underground Jesus lover. She told me she doesn't feel special. She said, there's nothing special about me. Why would the creator of the universe love me? She said, I'm just a person. There's 8 billion people on the earth. Why would God know me and love me? I'm like, but he does. It's too hard for her to wrap her mind around and believe. She's like, even if there is a God, there is Jesus. He doesn't know who I am. I'm like, he does know who you are. And he loves you. She's like, it sounds too good to be true. I'm like, it's not. It's not too good to be true. So we're working on her. We're working on her. And like I said, every time I talk to her about Jesus, she cries and cries and cries and cries and cries. Of course he loves her. She just cannot, for some reason, she can't understand why he would. She's like, why me? I'm like, because he made you? I don't know. Why does any parent love their child? You know? Because you're their child. So, yeah, we're working on her. Shout out Yoshimi. I'll see her soon, but not right now. I gotta finish these countries. And she tried to sell me her house. She's like, would you buy my house so that I can move to Tokyo? And I said, maybe when I'm done the challenge. She wants me to buy the house she lives in. Because she can't afford to live in Tokyo, but she wants to move back to Tokyo. Because she says she's too lonely even though the countryside is so busy, so beautiful, she said she's lonely beyond measure. So she would like to move back to Tokyo, but she said she can't really afford it right now. So she's like, would you buy my house so that I can move to Tokyo? I said, I literally am trying to visit every country in the world. I can't be buying a house. I either have to do one thing or the other. I can't afford both. But she said, okay, I'll ask again when you're done visiting every country in the world. I said, okay. She said, I'd give you a really, 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 really good price. I said, okay. She's asking the right question, though I get it. Yeah. She says she's lonely and she doesn't want to spend the rest of her life in the mountains all by herself. I said, I totally get that. And Tokyo is a lot more, it's Tokyo, And she said she'd love to live in like an apartment in Tokyo. She just can't afford it right now. Even though she has a gorgeous, gorgeous house on the countryside of Japan. Gorgeous. I mean, the house is one of the most beautiful houses I've ever seen. What kind of house is it? It's a traditional countryside house. She actually built the house herself. She is an artist. So I don't know if you watch my vlogs, but she paints. She's an artist. So she actually drew the house herself when she was in her 30s, and somebody built it for her. It's not a traditional Japanese house because she designed the whole house. She drew it. It's beautiful. The house is insanely beautiful. So I told her that I would love to buy the house in the future when I'm done this challenge and turn it into an Airbnb. That'd be really cool. But she asked me like every 3 months, are you interested in buying my house so I can afford to move to Tokyo? Because she said she can't afford it right now. I said, I am trying to visit every country in the world. I can't buy a house. I would make this dream impossible. Like I can't do both right now. She's like, I'd give you a really good price. I'm like, I can't. All of my everything is going towards this goal of visiting every country in the world. Maybe you can show us a picture of the house, whoever donates next. Yeah, okay. Sure. Yeah, I want to get these things moving because yeah, we've had one donation in the 3 hours we've been live. Shout out to Maryjane, our one and only donator this 3-hour live stream. I've never seen that auntie. Whose auntie? You mean my grandma? My Japanese grandmother? I have the video on my channel. It's called My Japanese Grandmother, Visiting My Japanese Grandmother. Yeah, if you want to watch the vlog, it's on this channel, Visiting My Japanese Grandmother. I want to, okay, let me think of a game plan here. Let me think of a game plan. Okay, it is about to be 1 o'clock in the morning my time. We've been live for three hours. We've had one donation so far. The beautiful Maryjane, thank you so much for donating. Let me show you what we got going on here. We have this beautiful chart that I made in hopes of raising $1,500 this weekend. We made it to $550 in the last 48 hours. My goal is to make it all the way to $1,500, and I write the names of everybody who donates on the poster. That'd be so cute if you and your grandmother traveled. Stay tuned because maybe she will. She loves traveling. She's been to so many countries. She's been to South Africa. She's been to Zimbabwe. She's been to Zambia. She's traveled a lot in her life. She's very adventurous. So she actually told me she'd love to travel with me. So stay tuned because maybe it will happen. And she's 83, but she lives, like Japanese people are so healthy, she lives the life of a 25-year-old. Literally, we would go on runs together and she'd outrun me. That's Japanese people for you. They're so freaking healthy. So, yeah. We'd go on walks up hills and I'm like huffing and puffing and she's like perfectly fine. Yeah, she's amazing. So, yeah, when this is all said and done, maybe we'll go back and help her out. Or she can join. I would love that. Yeah, here is our goal is 1,500. We've made 550. I'm trying to think of a game plan. Yeah, she's amazing. I'm trying to think of a game plan. I'm gonna go back to help, to help her when I'm done this challenge. Okay, let me think. A new, maybe, okay, let me see. Maybe we can get to the 1,000 mark instead of, and then tomorrow try to make it. That sounds like a good plan. Okay. So we're 500 away from the 1,000 mark. That's 25 people donating $20 or 10 people donating $50. I think we can make it to the 1,000 mark, even though we've had one donation, right? I think we can do it. We are trying to fundraise for my next 42 countries that I'm going to be visiting this year. So, yeah, if anybody wants to help, it's greatly appreciated. The $5 donations, the $10 donations, they add up so fast. Even if it's $1, everything helps. So if anyone wants to donate, the donation method is via Cash App. It's in the top of the comments. And I kind of want to spend, okay, let's do like 1 more hour. 1 or 2 more hours. See if we can do anything on this fundraising. Yeah, the house is very pretty. And it was a memento. It's a memento, so it can't go to waste. Getting the yawnies. Getting the yawnies. I gotta think of. I'm asking. I want to do like a wheel. We'll do that next time. I think we just got a donation. We sure did. Of course, Amy. Amy! Thank you so much, Amy, for your donation and your consistent donating. I don't hear a lot from you, but you always donate. Thank you so much, Amy. Is your name already on here? No. We're going to throw up Amy's name. Amy, I have never seen you in the chat or anything, but you always show up and donate, and I'm so grateful. Your name's going to go here. Amy donated $25. Now, we're just $25 away from our next milestone. If anyone wants to donate $25, we'll make it to $600. We'll make our next milestone. If one more person donates 25 or two people donate 12, 50. We're making progress here. We're making progress. And sorry that the poster is like off to the side. Oh boy. Guys,